Today's Mass readings. August 25, 2020. Tuesday of the 21st week in Ordinary Time. First reading. A reading from the second letter to the Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1 to 3a and 14 to 17. We ask you, brothers and sisters, with regard to the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and our assembling with him, not to be shaken out of your minds suddenly, or to be alarmed either by a spirit, or by an oral statement, or by a letter allegedly from us, to the effect that the day of the Lord is at hand. Let no one deceive you in any way. To this end he has also called you through our gospel, to possess the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, brothers and sisters, stand firm, and hold fast to the traditions that you were taught, either by an oral statement or by a letter of ours. May our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God our Father, who has loved us and given us everlasting encouragement and good hope through his grace, encourage your hearts and strengthen them in every good deed and word. The word of the Lord. Responsorial Psalm. Psalms chapter 96 verse 10 to 13. Let our response be, the Lord comes to judge the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord is king. He has made the world firm, not to be moved. He governs the peoples with equity. The Lord comes to judge the earth. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the sea and what fills it resound. Let the plains be joyful and all that is in them. Then shall all the trees of the forest exult. The Lord comes to judge the earth. Before the Lord, for he comes to rule the earth. He shall rule the world with justice, and the peoples with his constancy. The Lord comes to judge the earth. Gospel reading. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Matthew chapter 23 verse 23 to 26. Jesus said, Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You pay tithes of mint and dill and cumin, and have neglected the weightier things of the law, judgment and mercy and fidelity. But these you should have done, without neglecting the others. Blind guides, who strain out the gnat and swallow the camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You cleanse the outside of cup and dish, but inside they are full of plunder and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisee, cleanse first the inside of the cup, so that the outside also may be clean. The Gospel of the Lord. Before we proceed with the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Also, please hit the notification bell, so you won't miss out when we release new videos. Feel free to share your comments, suggestions, and reflections at the comments section down below. Thank you and God bless. Now, let's proceed with the video. The reflection on today's Gospel. Institutionalized religion always runs the risk of insincerity or, in the worst case, hypocrisy, as salaried preachers have to match their behavior to the principles of the faith. Interestingly, the only people Jesus denounces in the Gospel are these Pharisees and their like. He accuses them of not understanding God, because they don't see the importance of the fundamentals: justice, mercy and faith. Very often it takes one person to see and to state what is going wrong and to reset the priorities. Jesus does this again and again in his dealings with sinners, people whose behavior runs contrary to the Jewish law. He heals and he forgives sins where Pharisees and others rush to condemn and even destroy. Pope Francis puts it so well. Moreover, pastors and the lay faithful who accompany their brothers and sisters in faith or on a journey of openness to God must always remember what the Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches quite clearly. Immutability and responsibility for an action can be diminished or even nullified by ignorance, inadvertence, duress, fear, habit, inordinate attachments, and other psychological or social factors. Consequently, without detracting from the evangelical ideal, they need to accompany with mercy and patience the eventual stages of personal growth. As these progressively occur, I want to remind priests that the confessional must not be a torture chamber but rather an encounter with the Lord's mercy which spurs us on to do our best. A small step, in the midst of great human limitations, can be more pleasing to God than a life which appears outwardly in order but moves through the day without confronting great difficulties.